So here we are with the owner of Setting the Space. I always introduce this as the Setting the Space studio with Plymouth Rock TV, but I've got the mayor of Setting the Space here.
Oh my God, am I the owner or the mayor?
The mayor, the governor, the owner, the czar.
Yeah, the czar.
Whatever.
That's really pushing it,
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
So Blair, thank you. And the premise of the studio is that obviously we like to talk to interesting people and bring folks from all walks of life. But that's what this is about. It's like it's a great it's a big, huge spot.
Well, if you think about how long we've known each other, which is actually, I think it's a twofold situation, because it was a long time ago, and then there was a pause, and then there was a resurge of, getting back together with you and getting involved with Plymouth Rock TV and all of this production stuff. And then what's been interesting is that somehow this, and I'll say it nicely, but this bizarre mall has brought us together in such a bizarre way, right?
Yeah.
Because we took over a spot inside, and the first thing I did is somehow we were talking, and we set up our first little studio in there, and then from there we moved into the other inner part, and now we're here. But we really always wanted to be at this end of the mall. I think what's cool about it is that we're in the mall, but we're not in the mall, because as you know, they've got it all blocked off, which I love, and people have to come outside to come in. And now with the exposure, with the sign, the Setting the Space sign that's out there, and we've only been open for, I think, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and we've had a tremendous amount of traffic just by the sign, no advertising. And you have followed, and now here we are doing different types of productions in here. I mean, it's amazing, right?
Well, I've said it a long time, is that you have all the sets, right? So setting the space, right? So you're setting homes up for stagings, which is a stage,
right?
And here I am trying to do the same thing,
right?
And it's been hard to do, as you know, just like resources and just getting everything. So it was nice to sort of say, you know what, let's get this going,
right?
And then get people in here,
right,
get in a routine, and then see where it goes. But I like the idea of inviting authors and performers and business people to come in, and at the very least, they're not sitting in a green room waiting for me to call them out. They can go look around and sit in a couch and check things out. And
well, I think our resources are unlimited, and I told you, as I'm in the store, people keep coming up to me and they're intrigued over there, which our little green room over there, and people are intrigued by, what are you doing? And everybody's automatically thinking we're doing photography or whatever. I've told people about the podcasts, and their ears and their eyes light up like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah. And
of course, then we play all of the videos that you've produced for everybody, including ours. And I think we can be doing a lot of stuff. And something interesting is with the local businesses downtown now. I think I had shared with you. I want to bring you to a meeting that they're doing, because
you're right.
What people don't understand is what you actually have to offer. You have a lot to offer, and we need to keep getting the word out. Certainly you help us every time we're doing our stagings or whatever we need videoed, and trust me, when we're on the road, we push you all day long, but there's a lot of resources that we have the ability to do. And now in this space, the sky is the limit.
Well, we were talking earlier about storytelling, and I think every business has a story to tell, not just because, how did you start and whatever else, but it's what gets you to do what you do every day and be passionate about it, and it's not just a job. I know you're here at all hours and all the different stores, and it never shuts off, right? So that only can come from a passion, and that's the same way with me. And if I lose my home,
I know,
in this endeavor, there's a little part of me that's like, you know what? There's enough places I can probably sleep right here. I mean, because I'm passionate about it and I want it to be.
I know.
Successful.
The passion is amazing, and I think a couple of things. I think, because we have our own shtick every day. We're dealing with an economy, we're dealing with people, we're dealing with a lot of hurdles. Every day with us, we could complain about Amazon, and trust me, we buy more stuff on Amazon for our personal use and our business use, so we certainly love it and embrace it. But I think what you have to do is you have to have a certain drive and a massive, massive passion Someone told me a long, long time ago, if you're ever going to own your own business, you have to love what you do. And I didn't know at the time what they meant, but today I do. Because you live it, you breathe it, you sleep it, you everything. Yes, do I get to turn it off? Very rare. Very rare. Yes, I try to, but kind of I don't want to.
But the DNA of who you are is also, when you're traveling, you're noticing styles and designs and consumer behavior, people all over the place, and I think that this is a compliment I'll give you, and I'm giving it to myself too, because we both, I think, have a like mind, is that I don't like to be called a video production guy, and I don't think you like to be called a furniture salesperson. Is that we are, and you brought it up to the guest before about it being a concierge, is that all of those things are part of it,
right?
But we are building the experience for somebody so that they can come in and be guided. Because I think that with media, nobody knows where to start. Nobody knows how to do what they do. No. And I don't think it's not just about, here, you get a video. It's about, what's the message you're trying to say? Right. So when you're staging a home or you're helping somebody, what is it that you're wanting to feel? Right. And that's a service. That's a tailor-made product, which is different. Amazon's not doing that for you. No. You bought this so you might like this. That's their best. Their best.
We're also
answer
problem solvers. I consider myself a problem solver. We teach all of our staff members that nobody can say no to a customer. The only one who can say no is me. If we can't figure it out, then we get to say no. And I will tell you, you got to come up with something very bizarre and very amazing that I have to say no to. And it's interesting because it was about 2 years ago, we were doing a really cool project, and we were working for this client who I've never met in my life, which I love, and as a matter of fact, a lot of my clients that I work with, I have never met them. I communicate through texting, emails, and some of them we communicate by phone, but some of them we never do. And this particular person, I still have not met her, and she made such a mark on me, and I think it was because she gave us 150% trust in what we were doing. And it isn't that most people don't do that, but most people don't go to the extent of giving us 100% trust. Okay, well, she gave us 150% trust, and what she ends up doing is she ends up flipping homes, or she does short-term rentals. And you actually videoed one of the homes that we did, and she gave us carte blanche. And when someone gives Setting the Space carte blanche, we will blow your minds, okay? Not only do we show you and get you things that are different on the market, we make things happen, okay? And I think that's become very important, because today, not many people can make things happen. We're experiencing people on the phone. We don't even know if we're talking to a real human being anymore. We're experiencing everyone lying to us and telling us that, yes, you will get it, and no, we don't get it. So she was giving us challenges because she already had a team of people in place. So we got her property, we furnished it for her down to the last teacup, down to the mug, down to the shampoo, down to the trash bags, down to everything, including the furniture, of course. But she had a team of people who were her landscapers, who were fixing problems, and all of a sudden they weren't around for her. So I said to her, I have a team of people, because we do. They don't all work for Setting the Space, but we have a backup team where we literally can build a house from the ground up and do everything in between. And she said to me, okay, and I blew her away. So at that point in time, I thought, we're a concierge company. Setting the Space has evolved into, as you know, home staging, becoming one of the largest home staging companies in the world. What blows my mind is there are people who either talk about Setting the Space or Blair. It's one or the other, and there's someone in this whole world that talks about us on a daily basis, using us as an example. Last year at this time, I had the privilege of being flown to London to speak in front of 150 stagers. I've now been asked to go to Greece in May and speak in front of who knows how many other people.
I'll check my calendar. I think I'm free. We'll see.
I don't know. I'm sure you are. So we then turned into staging. We then turned into interior design. We then opened up these stores. We've dabbled in a little bit of everything. And we have the Toro business where we have, I don't know how many cars Antonio has at this point. We're well over 20 vehicles, plus. And, going back to this whole word concierge, I love it when I go somewhere and I give someone a challenge and they can make it happen. So we are telling everybody at this point, give us a challenge and we will make something happen, because just do it. We're in the concierge business at this point.
And to come full circle with the media side of things is that you need an outlet to display stories, because that's what this is about. The person reached out to you because they needed XYZ done, and they thought XYZ was impossible. You made it happen. And you don't get that from of course, from Amazon or any place like that. But also too, I think that people hear experiences and they go, oh, okay, I didn't even know there was a solution to that at this stage.
That's correct, right?
And when you go get gas, nobody comes out and wipes your windshield anymore, checks the oil.
When was the last time that happened?
And if somebody did it, they would have a line of people around the corner.
Of course.
Because it would be, even if they had the gas prices the same,
right?
Because I think people just appreciate that extra step. Yeah. And that might be the pendulum swinging back, and setting the space might be the operation that's showing people that service and
is important.
Concierge is important.
Yeah. And then, going back to the space that we're in, first of all, everyone thinks we've been here a long time, and we haven't. We've been here for 4 weeks. We make things happen ridiculously fast because that's what we've always done.
Yeah.
And a lot with your vision, because I look at you and you've actually helped me understand what we can produce out of here. And I think it's time for other people to understand, come to this space, come meet you, come meet me, and let's see what we can both do together to get them to a different level, and how about tell their story.
Exactly. So we're turning to people in the public, and if you own a business, if you have interesting stories to tell, hey, you know what? We've got that opportunity for you to come in and walk in and not worry about the lights, camera. Just bring the action, and we'll give you the package and distribute it with Plymouth Rock TV and having this movie theater. There's 2 movie theaters in the mall, right?
Yeah.
Right here, and then the other one.
What else is interesting, and I have to give this shout out to you. You make it easy. Okay, now people have fears. You were talking to Christy about her fears. Everybody has a fear. Everything's fear-based. You make it so easy to be in front of the camera. It's like the camera isn't there. The way you coach, the storytelling you tell, I'm blown away. Every time you show me one of the videos, what's the first thing I do to you? I text you and I said, oh my God, it's better than the last. Yeah. And I'm always impressed. How did you just make it better than the last? But you do. And I think that the talent that you have for people, people think they can do it with their own phone. You can do it with your own phone. They can't do it with their own phone. But it's much more than that. You're able to make people feel very comfortable. You're able to help them get the story out and not be nervous. And I think that's something huge to be said.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I think that, together, what we're doing is a reflection of each of our mindsets, because if I were to just go into one of the stagings and just take pictures, then I'm just a photographer.
Yeah,
but there is a story there,
of course,
because and that to me is what I'm interested in. It's not just about capturing where you put something. It's
much
what
more than that.
Why it feels great right there, and then with the right music and the right pacing and stuff, it just makes it, there's emotion everywhere we go. And I think that's why you buy a house, right? You walk in and you go, whew, I feel like I could live here.
And I think that's another thing that we need to talk about. I think that these realtors do not understand what we have the ability to do. I do pitch you. Of course, I do it for free, but that's not where we really want to be at the end of the day.
Right.
But I do use your resource, and I have to tell you how shameful it is that more and more realtors are not understanding, because what you just said is the truth. The house needs to have the story. Our staging certainly tells the story, But when they go in there and they do their quick video or their quick pictures, there's no story to it. And shame on them, because if they allow you to do, you'll make the house come alive.
You got to be a sunflower in a sea of roses, right? You know,
Of course,
because
right.
and the accents of like why something will pop out and why something will blend in.
Right.
Every business that's out there makes the mistake of just creating content that just looks like everybody else's. So a realtor is selling the house, but they're not selling their service.
No.
And they're not selling their love of it. And when we do have a realtor that walks around and says, I love this, I like this, that's better than before. But like everybody should be thinking about, no matter what your business is,
Right.
how do I make myself different
Yeah.
than my competition?
And how do I tell the story?
And how do I tell the story? So that's hopefully what we're going to do here and have some fun in the process. And, you know, so come down. It's the Kingston Collection. There's still the mall here. And for a brief time, a gigantic circus out front, you know. There'll be more and more of these kind of events, I think. Which
I think
will be,
so too. Yeah.
Which will be fun because more activity. There was food trucks here one weekend,
Yeah.
and like
Well, they're doing food trucks this weekend again, so that'll be the second time in a few weeks to get people to the mall. The mall is trying their best, and they're doing a good job. And let's emphasize one huge thing: don't go in the mall to find us, because we're not in the mall.
yeah. So you got to go. It's the old
Best Buy.
But
I don't know if anybody remembers that.
because there was another old Best Buy that's out of business too, or something in Plymouth,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, this is. I'm telling you, I walk around this store. I'm here all the time,
Right.
And when I get a chance to walk around, I'm like, boy, that's cool. I like
know.
that. That's interesting, and it's a fun place. And
is
you
a
guys
fun
make
place.
it fun, and I love, I love being
course.
part of the setting the space, family, and
fun.
like.
You have the coolest office, by the way. I don't know how you did that one.
I got in here early.
Yeah.
You know.
I gave that to you on
Thank
purpose,
you.
but it's true.
Yeah, so Blair, thank you so much, and happy holidays, and
course.
enjoy everything that all the success that comes of what we're going to accomplish here, and again, thank you so much for letting me be a part of it.
Only you.